Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Chris Ryan Fitness. We're going to be getting on after a nice little 15-minute beginner level strength, arms, and abs class. We're going to need a light pair of dumbbells and probably an ab mat for your comfort for some of those ab movements down on the ground. So any sort of ab workout, yoga mat, whatever you want to call it, have it down on the ground for you for some of that work that we're going to be doing for those abs. But right now, let's get you nice and loose and warmed on up. So plant those feet firmly just outside those hips, palms facing down towards the ground. Start crisscrossing those arms, left over right, right over left you go, back and forth. Turn those palms facing up. Now pull your thumbs right up behind you as far as you can. There you go. And then take those hands, clap them up to the base of the neck, throw those elbows up nice and high over the top side. There you go. Jen in the house. Love it, Jen. And then we're going to go right on to the ground. You're going to stay down on the ground here because if we're going to start out with some abs anyway down on the ground, so go ahead and get comfy on the ground. You're going to go cat-cow position, palms down on the ground, knees on the ground just below those hips, palms just south of the shoulders. Press hard through those palms around your back as much as you can. Tuck your chin in towards your chest. Look towards your belly button. And then let's go ahead and arch your back. Eyes forward. Pushing your belly button down towards the ground. Squeezing your shoulder blades together. And let's do that one more time. Rounding. And nice little arch. Excellent. Excellent work, everybody. And then let's go ahead and take that right hand to the right temple. Punch your right elbow up high to the ceiling. Follow that elbow as it goes up, low to high side position. About 3 round trips. Think about expanding your ribs as far apart through those lats as you can. Excellent, excellent work. Take that right hand down, left hand up top side to the left temple, and then punching that left elbow up, low side, high side position. Expanding through your shoulders, through those ribs, those lats for 2 and 1. Fantastic work right there, everybody. Okay, so let's get down on the ground and stay there for this next segment. We're going to be starting out with abs, then arms, and then finishing up with abs again. So we're going to stay down on the ground. We're going to target a reverse crunch right here. You're going to flip over on your backside. Head is going to rest on the ground, knees bent. Now, here's the kicker. I want you to use only your abs to pull your knees in towards your chest, right? Sounds pretty simple, but the whole goal, pushing the ribs to the hips, belly button down to the tailbone, even as you take the heels back down. I like to call this the negative. As you lower, you lengthen. That is when we put the abs under a little bit more tension. If you can hold that lumbar spine into the ground and keep those abs under tension as you descend with those heels, that is the secret sauce of this movement, my friends. So your head is rested on the ground. Eyes are up towards the ceiling. Big inhale. Big exhale. Oh, yeah. Big inhale as you drive the knees on in. And big exhale as you take them down, but compress that lumbar spine down on the ground. Follow that movement pattern all the way through every single rep. Excellent, excellent work. Just a couple more, everybody. Back and forth. You go. Finish it up strong for 2 and 1. Crunch with alternating hip reach. So here's what you're going to do. Arms hovering just off the ground. Splay those fingers nice and wide. Take your chin in towards your chest. So now your eyes are forward. So you're crunched up. Now you're going to reach that right hand past the right hip, down towards that right ankle, back on in to center, and then that left hand down towards that left hip, back to the ground we go. Excellent, excellent work. Chin tucked in towards your chest. Start out with that left side this time, down and in, and then right side, down and in. Head goes to the ground. Curl up, slide the ribs right on in towards the hips, compressing that lumbar spine down on the ground. Right side. And that left side, we go. Back and forth. Head is rested on the ground. Left side. And that right side. Down and in. Up and after it. Right side. And that left side for 2 and 1, everybody. Great job right there. Bent knee touches. So now what you can do. Knees stay in that bent position. Arms reaching out behind your head, slight bent elbow position, but not behind your head, right? Above and beyond. Now you're going to take your chin in towards your chest, contract up, touch those kneecaps with those palms, and then regress back on down. Connect up, top side position, chin tucked in towards your chest, lumbar spine, fully flat on the ground, back and forth you go. You can modify this one with your head rested on the ground as well. Just those palms coming on in towards those knees. Just slight bent knees, slight bent elbows, back and forth you go. Reaching and stretching all the way through. Excellent, excellent work, everybody. Down and back, down and back we go. Less than 10 seconds. Come on. Light up that core. Slow, controlled all the way through. Contraction, extension for 2 and 1. Great job. Now we're going to flip it over to our low plank position. This is going to be a standard low plank where the forearms are strong to the ground, triangle position, knees locked out, straight leg position, abs in nice and tight, pushing hard through those forearms, elbow just south of the shoulder. You can also modify this with a low knee plank where the knees are on the ground behind the hips, toes pointed away from your body, and those abs are still under tension. That's right. So the knees behind the hips, tucking your tailbone down and in, no matter which one you choose. The standard low plank, tight butt, tight core, legs extended all the way through, or that low knee plank where the knees are on the ground, toes pointed away from your body. You got 20 seconds to go. You want to think pushing your chest hard through the ground, the whole, or down towards the ground the whole way through. Excellent, excellent work. Rolling those shoulders down and in through those forearms, producing force generation and power. Tucking that tailbone down and in for 3, for 2, and 1. Let's pump up those arms now, everybody. A little arm segment coming our way. DBs on into our hands. We're going to stand tall. A little slow curl action for us. So dumbbells come on in together on those inside heads. Wrist curled on in ever so slightly. Go up 3/4 of the way. Go down slowly. Have about an 8 out of a 10 grip strength position right there. So you're squeezing the handles rather strong, trying to pump up those arms through the biceps, palms facing away. But the kicker is elbows just out in front of the rib in alignment with the shoulder, going up 3/4 of the way. So you put those arms under max tension as much as possible. Wrist curled on in ever so slightly. Excellent, excellent job, everybody. Last 15 seconds to go. Down and up, squeezing and flexing the whole way through for 3, for 2, take it down slowly, and 1. Great job right there. Tricep kickback time, you go. So palms facing in towards your hip pocket, elbows have daylight between them and the ribs, hinging at the hip ever so slightly. Kick those palms facing on back at that top side position, full elbow extension. Bring those arms right back in with the palms facing in towards the hips. So just the forearms are moving, elbows behind the ribs the whole way through, flaring through those triceps, slight forward lean, but keeping that ear, shoulder, and hip in a linear alignment. We're not rounding that back like this, right? One thing, I'm going to push my hip crease back a little bit behind the knees. Shoulders come out in front of the knees, back and forth. So I'm trying to push my chest forward towards the ground, about 8-10 feet out in front of me. Back and forth. You go. Getting it done, everybody. Down and back. Lighting up those arms, turning and twisting. Those palms facing away at that backside position. Oh, yeah. For 2 and 1. Great job right there. Arnold press time we go. Palms facing on in towards your front delts. Knuckles up towards the sky. Tailbone tucked up and under. Press those dumbbells up. Turn and twist. Palms facing away the top side. Head pops through. Bicep to the ear. And now squeeze those biceps as you come back down with the palms facing in towards your body, right below your chin. Up top side, pressing hard through those heels. Tailbone tucked up and underneath your hips the whole way through. Down and in we go. Lengthening all the way, squeezing those glutes as hard as you can. Rocking and rolling here today, everybody. 15 seconds to go with our Arnold presses. Back and forth. Tall open chest. Back and in the whole time for 3, for 2, and 1. Great job right there, everybody. Hammer curl time. We go. Palms facing on in towards each other. Elbows out in front of those ribs. Hitting up 3/4 of the way. Let's go, Nama. Come on. There you go. Down and right back on up. We go. Excellent. Excellent work. Slow control down. Chest upright. Tall, proud as possible. Taking it down slowly. Fighting some gravity here today, everybody. That's right. Working what we call the negatives as we slowly lower. That's where the muscles lengthen, as I mentioned earlier, in those ab sections. That's when we can get those muscles a little stronger, not just on the contraction phase, but on that extension phase that is so important. Down slowly. Wrist, palms facing on in, wrists engaged. the whole way through. Excellent. Excellent job. For 3, for 2, and 1. Take it down slow. Last arm movement, front raise combo. So lateral raise, front raise combo. Wrist curled on in ever so slightly towards your body. Punch the knuckles down towards the sides so you're flaring up through those triceps. Now what are you going to do? Take it up to a lateral position. Take it down slowly at shoulder height, finishing at shoulder height in alignment with the shoulders. And then for that front raise combo, we go. Wrist flex down and in. If you need to lighten up that load even more than the original pair of light dumbbells that you were working with, I would definitely do so. The wrist flex down and in. Whenever you're in a distal position, that means where the dumbbells are far away from the center of mass being your torso, the weight is going to feel a little extra heavy, right? Taking it down slowly, up nice and strong. Excellent, excellent work. Up strong, down slow. Abs tight, glutes tight, the whole way through. For 3, for 2, take it down slow, and 1. Set those DBs down on the ground now. Let's finish on up with a few more minutes of abs. High plank, this time standard high plank position. You're going to turn the crook of your elbow, that's the inside portion of your elbow, away from your body. That's going to help set up those lats, internal rotation of those shoulder blades. Abs in, nice and tight. Push as hard as you can through those palms. Straight out those legs. Tap out that right leg to the side, back on into center. Tap out that left leg out to the side, back on into center. So pushing force through the ground, stabilizing through the non-moving leg as much as you can to keep the core, torso, belly button pointed straight down towards the ground the whole way through. Toes flexed in towards your shin and knee the whole time. Modifier, holding the tightest high plank you can. That's right. So don't worry about moving. If you feel like that's all you can do here today, go ahead and do you. Think about pushing as hard as you can through those palms. You only got a few seconds left, everybody. For 3, for 2, and 1. Great job. Couple minutes left. Crunch with an overhead arm reach. So now what we're going to do, flip over on your backside again, knees bent, hands reaching on up towards the ceiling, right above your shoulders. So what you're going to do right here, you're just going to curl your chin in towards your chest so your eyes are straight forward, and then you're just going to reach on up with those hands, hold for 1,001, 1,002, and then bring your head back to the ground. Arms suspended above your shoulders the whole way through, chin tucked in towards your chest, slide those ribs right in towards those hips. 2 seconds static hold, compressing that lumbar spine to the ground, and then slow controlled regression out. Take it on through, chin in towards your chest, reach on up, static hold, 1,001, 1,002, slow controlled back to the ground. We go, chin tucked in towards your chest, reach and stretch, abs on point, slow controlled back downtown. Reach and stretch, abs on in for 3, for 2, come on out of it, and 1. Dead bug time. All you gotta do right here, hold a dead bug position. So the knees directly up over the hips, toes flex back towards your shins and knees, fingertips spread nice and wide, and the hands reaching up towards the ceiling. Now here's the kicker of this one. Pull the ribs towards the hips. You want to have no daylight, 0 daylight between that lumbar spine and the ground. So you're going to pull the ribs to the hips, push your femur, that's the big strong thigh bone right here, down towards your hip pocket, right? So you're trying to push down and in. Notice when you do that, your abs got a little tighter. Now, all I ask is you hold that position here for the next 20 seconds. Easy breathing all the way through that finish line, nasal style, in and out through the nose. Fingers spread nice and wide, so you're reaching on up. The rear delt and the backside of the shoulder is just off the ground, ever so slightly. In it to win it here today for 3, for 2, and 1. Fantastic, fantastic job, everybody. You came, you saw, you conquered. You know what time it is. Get them on up and flex them if you got them. Absolutely fantastic work here today, beginner level. Abs, arms, abs. That's right, everybody. Fantastic, fantastic work, right? So let's get right on after it. Separate those feet nice and wide, little cool down stretch. Palms on up towards the ceiling. Pull those thumbs out behind you as far as you can. Push the hips forward so you stretch out here through your hip flexors, those lower abs, and then separate those upper abs from those ribs as much as you can. Inhale through your nose, little exhale through your mouth. Pull those thumbs back, open up through the chest and biceps. Interlace those fingers together, punch those palms on up. Now stretch out through those lats and tries. Tilt a little over to that left side. Back to center. Little over to that right side, right back on into the center. You go. Absolutely fantastic, fantastic work, everybody. See you next time on Chris Ryan Fitness. Check out that live schedule and get on after an amazing rest of your day.